round one of the ManaTraders Swiss. This game's really weird. Typically, turn 2 Pyro's good enough to make you want to keep. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. If they spend their first turn killing the Arbor Elf, we have a turn 2 play as well. So that's fine by me. Some blue control deck. It's fine. Are they gonna counter this? I'm glad I get to get this tome down. It's gonna be a lot of card advantage. I don't want to use it for the scry though, because they're gonna field a rune anyways, and the game's gonna go a really long time. I guess they can't really counter anything unless they have another leak. But I want to start drawing cards off of the tome. So... because I could go like Elf plus Pillage here. And then I'm not using the tome for another turn, but it's gonna... Huh. I think it's correct to pillage. I want to take them off of the white here. I think. I don't know, the basic planes are kind of hurting them. But they haven't played a fetch yet. I think they would have played a fetch that turn to represent Logic Knot. Morning, Shane. How's it going? I'm gonna nab the island. This is the Swiss rounds of the ManaTraders event. So it's not like huge. Like there's a decent amount of money on the line. It's like a 10k. It's like all top heavy though. Keep that in mind. So we haven't been using our tome yet, but the game's, like I said, it's gonna go a really long time, so I'm not super concerned about trying to use it immediately. Alright, they're getting this Stoneforge Mystic off, which is very good for them. Because we don't have a mana leak. Or not. They had the second mana leak for this, so they got this off. Grab a Batter Skull. I think I'm actually going to scry here because we need to find a Lightning Bolt kind of badly. That's not very good. I don't know that I want to scry twice though. Like, we can handle the Batter Skull. It's annoying to work through, but we can handle it. Alright, well. Hopefully this doesn't get logic knotted. Alright. That's really good for us. I'm gonna go and grab another basic here. I'm gonna grab the mountain. I'll untap this stomping grounds. Alright, we get to start drawing cards with this tome. Like, we're kind of out of gas, but we have like a draw 3 on board basically. And they could just cast the Batter Skull. I wonder what they have here. I feel like they have the 5th land. And they're debating whether to Batter Skull or not. I think they would slam it. Like, I think slamming is just correct in game 1. There's only 3 pillages, and I've already used one of them and got it countered. I mean, they clearly don't have a force negation. I mean, they could play Jason Mind Sculptor and then tick up. I don't really like that, though. They're not getting that much value from that. If they have 5 mana Teferi, they should probably slam it. If they have 3 mana Teferi, I'm not sure what they're supposed to do. Probably just bounce an Arbor Elf or something. Try and slow down how much mana I have access to. Oh, they lost connection to the game. They're back. They're passing, so I would assume they have a cryptic command based on this. Yeah, like I really don't want to play into their cryptic. I'm not sure the best way not to play into it though, because if I draw a card, that shows that they can know they can kind of do whatever they want. But it's not like they can do anything super bad to us. They can Shark Typhoon, cycle it, which would be good against the Pyro. I think I'm gonna attack with just the Pyromancer here. I'm not gonna play anything pre-combat, I'm just gonna attack with the Pyro. Because if they want to tap out, then we could like threaten playing Chandra or Blood Moon or something. Alright, I'm gonna go and draw a card here. Alright, we've drawn nothing, but it's okay. Looks like a Shark Typhoon. Yep. Alright, so we read that situation perfectly. We are flooding out though, which is a problem. Hopefully they don't have a sword to put on the shark. Any sword is a problem. Okay, that's really bad for us. I mean, we're just gonna discard a forest, but we've drawn plenty of those. Glorybringer can't kill this, so... Yeah, now they just have like Cryptic mana up and everything again, so the Glorybringer still sucks. That's unfortunate that they naturally drew this. That's a good draw. I think I'm just gonna cast it and see what happens. I wanna tap all my non-basics so that their Field of Ruin is worse. Oh wow, that's exactly what we needed. I can't beat another Shark Typhoon anyway, so I'll just jam. Gross. I guess I do this now so that I don't directly lose to Cryptic. Shark Typhoon's so good. I mean, the Shark Typhoons wouldn't be that big of a deal if they didn't have the sword here. That's like the main thing that's happening. But now they can play Batterskull and then attack and then they get the untap off. You won. Nice. We're still in game 1 here. But our opponent's very far ahead. This, naturally drawing this sword is killing us. We didn't draw a second lightning bolt. We put Opt on top. They have to have those spells in their hand for this to work. Not very likely. Yeah, I can't even kill them this turn anymore. I'm one off. Yeah, and that's too little too late. Unfortunate. Their draw is really strong. If they didn't have this, we were fine. But that's magic. Maybe I shouldn't have cast the pillage when I did. But normally those lists only play one mana leak, and they had two. Not really sure. In this match, I'm definitely gonna bring in Thrun, the Veils, good against their counter spells. Cindervine's good against the equipment. It's gonna deal them damage as they cycle and do things. Also, a lot of lists play Anthenite, so this also hits that. I'm not the biggest fan of Ooze, but I'm fine with it. I might bring in a Braid though, because most of those sharks they're making are probably around the 3/3 range, or if they're making a 4/4, they're probably blocking with it, so the Abrade can kind of kill the shark, and if they don't have any threats, it could work out. The issue is like the Abrades don't actually put pressure on them, so that's why I don't bring them in. Whereas Cindervines is dealing damage constantly. I don't like Blood Moon. I like keeping it Pillage because it does kill the artifacts. And disrupting their mana base can be very good. Yeah, I don't like these. I'm not the biggest fan of the Glory Bringers either. It doesn't trade very well against their mana. So like if they just like between Mana Leak and Path and even Cryptic Command, Glory Bringer just trades down on mana too often. So I'm not the biggest fan of it. And yeah. Hopefully we can get game 2 here. I like this matchup overall. Not when you draw hands like this though. The hand has single force, so it would be very, very strong. This hand doesn't. I mean, it has the force and the sprawl, but it doesn't have a third land. What is the best hand we've seen? Definitely ditching a land. Pyro. Remove some of these stops. Man, I was really hoping they'd play a basic land or something. I really wanted to pillage them. I have a feeling this is gonna get countered, but the question is if I'm supposed to Pyromancer or not. I think I'm supposed to. I really was hoping that they would play a land I could pillage on turn 1. But now we're out of gas. We didn't mull to 5 though, like our draws have to be kind of lucky. No matter what. At least they didn't have a Stoneforge on turn 2. But now they're gonna know our hand is absolutely nothing, which is not a great spot to be in. Blood Moon would be pretty good here. Most of the Sharkblade lists don't play Verdict, so I'm not gonna play around it. I guess I should play around Mana Leak though. Like if their list has verdict, then they're teched out. Cause most of the Stone Blade lists don't. Alright. That sucks. We really need to draw like a Bloodbraid Elf here now. Most lists don't play this, so I just played into it because it's not normal. It's unfortunate. Probably gonna lose now because I was on a Mold 5 and it just got verdicted for my whole board. I mean, unless these 1/1s go the way, but not exactly hopeful on that. The reason I'm playing is pre-combat is so that they can't, if they do this, they can't, whatever that card is, they can't Shark Typhoon. I'm gonna put it on top. I like that card. I think it puts a lot of pressure on them. And if they want to spend their turn Field of Ruining, that's fine. Touche, opponent. Am I supposed to bolt them? Or bolt the token? I think I bolt the token. I think bolting them is far riskier, but... I think bolting the token is correct. We have a lot of draws that win the game right here. That is not one of them. It could help though, if we draw another bolt or something. Oh god, we have to draw a bolt or we lose. Or Cinder Vines. Cinder Vines would be really good. If we don't draw either of those though, we're just gonna lose. Glorybringer. There's only one of those, but... Come on, deck. Damn it, dude. If we had drawn this last turn... I mean, it turns out that bolting the token was correct because they would just slam Battle Skull post combat, but this is mighty unfortunate. Yeah, now they're like kind of unkillable. Unless I draw Cinder Vines. Yeah, they just don't care, which I don't blame them. I don't think they should care. I guess I should bail now in case I top deck a Lightning Bolt. Because they're just gonna, the first thing they're gonna do on their turn is attack. This sucks. I mean, we got really close on a multi 5, so it's not the, it could be worse I guess, but. I'm destroying lands. I guess I'll keep playing the game, but we're just super dead. No. I'm done. That sucks. I mean, if we didn't multi 5, we would have been in a really good spot, I think. Well, even, it wasn't even the multi 5, it was, they teched their deck out to have the Verdict, which really punished me for playing the Ooze. And then they, on top of that, the fact that they naturally drew the Feast of Famine, which forced me to have to bolt them, or bolt the token instead of bolting them. And then I just didn't draw a way to kill them from 3 life when there are however many outs in the deck, basically. Or a way to kill the Germ / Batterskull. There were 1, 2, 3, 4 redraws, 7, 11, 14. There were both of these left in the deck, so 16. There were 16, 19 draws for 2 turns, basically. Plus redraws. Oh well. That's Magic sometimes. Alright, we're back for round 2. And on the play this time. And this hand does not have enough mana in it, so I'm gonna mulligan. Second land that hand would have been sick. I am gonna keep this one though. I'm gonna pitch a Stomping Ground. This hand is good. Yeah, his hand's gas. The tome's really gonna help out. A lot of blue-white running around, it seems. Do they have Spell Snare? Interesting. I didn't expect to see a Jeskai Triome. Wish you'd had time to play in this event. Yeah, I play, I mean, it's pretty decent value, because playing, it's a free roll that you play 2 leagues in order to qualify, and then you can play another 2 if you want to go for the leaderboard. Which, like, leaderboard's decent money. Like, I've already locked up $100 for the leaderboard. Man, I kind of, there's a part of me that just wants to try to scry into Blood Moon. But I think, I mean, I can't tell if they're a control deck or some weird combo deck. I think I would actually prefer to use the Tome Scry to make our Bloodbraid Elf good. And then keep the rest for draws. I mean, if they're playing a control deck. Like, it's hard to tell if they're playing control or something weird. Even preaching this card for a big gift feels like this solves so many issues with Ponza. I think my main thing for it is, I'm not gonna Tome here. I'm gonna Scry here though, to try and make our Bloodbraid Elf good. Or as good as it can be. Well, it doesn't matter. Because I don't want to hit a lightning bolt with this, for example. I want to hit something that's high impact. I think the life gain helps a lot, and my main thing is I haven't been impressed by Rd1-6. So you need a 2-drop in the deck that's not just ooze. And Rd1-6 doesn't kill anything right now. And getting back just lands while it's good, it helps you kind of lock up a 3rd land drop, 3rd/4th land drop, instead of the Scry here off of Tome. And it's a better late game top deck because you get to draw cards off of Tome in the late game. So, and if you're concerned about like the mana thing, the deck plays through the mana thing just fine. Teferi, it's pretty good. Alright, I think I need to, well, I don't need to draw a 5th land here. How badly do I want to draw a 5th land? Because I could also just stomp and then draw. No, drawing a 5th land is too good here. Or hitting Bloodbraid Elf. Alright. We're looking for like specific things is why I want to do that basically. Let's stomp this. Now we don't want to draw any more lands. But now we can use the last 2 ticks on our Tome to draw cards. While playing 3 drops at the same time. I think of the Tome also in terms of like, it's like it's just a better tireless tracker in my mind. It has the card advantage that you would get from no clues while having the same like mana efficacy. That's a pretty good draw. So the devotion, it's relevant, that's true. Yeah, I try to assume my opponents play well, so I try not to like use it as a trap too often, but I think playing as a 1-of is fair. I think it depends on what you expect to play against, because against the control decks, both Tome and Rd1-6 are good, but I think Rd1-6 might edge out a little bit, but Tome is way better against prowess. So like, the format changes a lot. The calculus on it changes a lot if, people are playing X1s in a format. But right now, nobody's doing that. And nobody's playing X1, so you don't want to be playing the ping. So I could Pyromancer, cast it and see what happens, and then with the trigger on the stack, I could stomp them. If they have Cryptic, it's not great though. Because they could like bounce this in response to the Pyromancer. That would actually be really bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this. So they're just playing like Jeskai control. They got a basic mana, it's interesting. Counter draw, sure. Alright. Let's draw a card off of Tome. Just try to hit our land drop. Doesn't look like we did, based on the Moto lag. That's pretty solid. Do we want mana? I think I just keep... I think I'm just playing both of these this turn. And then drawing a card with Tome and trying to hit land drops. Let's do this. I assume they're gonna go put Cryptic on top of their deck. Yeah. I mean, I don't even care that they put Cryptic on top, to be honest. I'm just gonna pass. I don't want to I don't want to use the Tome here because I want to save this from Lightning Bolt if they have it. 2-0, nice. Maybe I should have gotten a mound there. I'm not sure that matters. Alright. Let's draw our last card off this Tome. They have a Cryptic in their hand. Your first one. Well, that's what happens when you have the good old Kevin draws. So I have access to a lot of mana this turn for, well, I'm gonna play the Sprawl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 mana. The Chandra's almost definitely getting countered, but then I get to Pyro and attack with Clothis. Well, they probably have Path. I don't really want to activate their Path. It's like a big deal. But given the fact that I can Chandra plus Pyro, I'm probably just supposed to. Oh, I can play my whole hand. I guess they could Cryptic. If they Cryptic and bounce this in response, then I'm like fine with that. I like hope they do that. Alright. I told you not to mess with any of that blue stuff for a reason. Like, you just God draw with these mid-range decks. I mean, you're playing E-Tron, not Gruul, but same idea. They are counter drawing. Sure. If this resolves with the trigger on the stack, I'm gonna stomp them. Touche, opponent. I mean, they still need a way to, like, win the game. Sure. They have, like, an island for another cryptic. They miss a land drop, so their hand's just all gas. They could have Logic Knot for 6. I don't think I care about that. I think I'm just gonna stop this and then play Bloodbraid. Or I guess I should just play Clothis. I guess I'm doing it all this turn, no matter what's going on. I think I would much rather the Clothis resolve than the Stomp. So that's how I'm gonna play it. Because they can't Logic Knot the Clothis. Okay. Does this resolve? They can Logic Knot this. And I don't really care. Force negation, pitching Snapcaster. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I wanna make my 1/1s here. They definitely have like a Snapcaster or a Bolt or something. Yeah, they're trying to bait us. Like it's just so clear. Like they're pitching with Force negation. They're pitching a Snapcaster, which is like a very relevant thing they could cast. How annoying would it be if they Snapcaster Cryptic? Probably pretty annoying. I'll just get rid of this. I guess Manly doesn't matter anymore. Get rid of Force negation. I really don't want to play this Bloodbraid. They have to have like a Snapcaster or something in their hand, and Snapcaster's gonna stop Bloodbraid either way. I'd rather them use it on this. They did have the Snapcaster. Oh, they can end step bounce the Clothis. I just not thought of that. That's obnoxious. Yeah, I guess I should just exile this Cryptic so I could force action. But I thought the 2 life was gonna be really relevant. I think the 2 life is relevant. Dealing 2 damage to them is relevant. At least Cryptic is exiled now, yeah. Maybe I should have forced the action, so that couldn't happen. I was not expecting that. Hopefully I draw pillage. That's like the opposite of pillage. It's just like literally nothing. Yeah, hindsight 2020, right? But I should have done it then. I didn't really think about it till after the fact. I'm like not playing at 100%. But now I'm just like dead because they're playing not Jeskai control, it's Jeskai Stoneblade. Oh god, are you gonna sort of Fire and Ice? It's game 1. Oh, okay, I don't care about that. Well, I do care. I have to draw a pillage this turn though, if they play it in equip. They're not gonna do that. I'll just take this damage. God bless, dude. Then they draw spells. They can bounce it, man. The matchup's good, you just can't draw infinite lands like I've been doing. I like this Jeskai Stoneblade thing a lot better than blue-white. I guess your man base is just far worse though. Yeah, we're just dead. I can't deal with this thing. I'm bored like we did in the blue-white matchup. I like Center Vines, I like Throne, I like Veil. I don't like a Braid. I think like bringing in Braid is, you're bringing in too much interaction. Though like they're probably not playing Shark Typhoon if they're playing all that burn. So I guess that makes it better. I still don't like it though. I guess the main way we're losing is the equipment, but if I draw in the late game and they have a Planeswalker draw, then it's really bad. Is like my main thing. Though like Ooze is not very good against the Bolt plan from them. Actually, Arbor Elf just gets significantly worse. Maybe I just don't want Arbor Elves. Like, their ramp is nice and all, but they're bolting, so they're not living as often. This makes their bolts really good, whereas otherwise their bolts are really medium. Like, against blue-white, I really like Arbor Elf because it's always gonna... You're basically always untapping with it. Yeah, I like shaping on Arbor Elf. I just don't think it's gonna do, it does much against them. Oh, turn 2 Colossus. Anytime I see turn 2 Colossus, I just snap keep. They mold to 6. I'm not gonna bolt them. One day, we will draw a non-land spell. We will draw a non-land. We will draw a spell. That's a pretty good hit. We have a lot of mana, so it's actually like gonna draw a lot of cards. I have a feeling his Bloodbird Elf's gonna die to Lightning Helix. Yeah, the red is adding a lot to the deck. I do wonder what they like cut to make room for it. They might not be playing Archmage's Charm. That's something that's very cuttable, I think. They might only be playing 3 paths instead of 4. Or they might just only be playing like 2 bolts or something. Like they have a lot of options. The Teferi, yeah. Yup. I'm not gonna use the Tome to Scry. I need it to like draw cards. I think I just need to start drawing cards with the Tome. Not worry about bolting here. I can bolt later. But right now I think I just have to draw cards. Because like our draw set was a second Colossus. Okay, drawing a second bolt helps. Fix a lot of things. See what they do here. Interesting. I really don't want to play the Ooze. So I'm not going to. I'd rather play the Ooze when there's more creatures in the yard, which will happen eventually. Lands, just what the doctor ordered. Yeah, Upgrade is much better here than Arbor Elf. I'm just gonna pass again. Like, I think they just have bolts in hand, so I don't want to walk into it. And if we're not spending mana and they're not spending mana, I feel advantaged. Alright. Another land. Well, now I kind of want to play the Ooze to force something out of them. So that my cloth, because the cloth will just eat a Bloodbird Elf, which I guess is fine. I also don't really want to play this Utopia Sprawl, because if I play like a Seasoned Pyromancer, I don't want my devotion to go up to 7, because I have a feeling that pass. I guess I can just like bolt end a turn, and then I can eat the bolt and keep them on life total pressure. I don't need to play the ooze. They also need to play. They need to add to the board eventually, anyways. Like they need to play like a Stoneforge or something at some point in their lives. I don't want to fetch because if I get Aether Gusted, it's not very fun. Well, I have a second Colossus in my hand, so I guess I should bait it. Yeah, actually I will bait it. It's fine. I don't want to exile the Bloodbraid Elf anyways. Yeah, let's bolt them. I want my Colossus to have use. What a good draw. Yeah, and I'll just... I'm fine with this. Makes sense. Sword of Feast and Famine, so they probably have the Batterskull Skull in their hand. Alright, so now they have the Path Ooze, so I'm gonna cast it. I don't really want to play the land. I'm not gonna play the land in case I draw Season Pyro. They're bouncing the ooze. Interesting. I thought they were gonna bounce the Colossus. If they counter this, they're dead. Batterskull and protect it with force. Yeah, it makes sense. I can also braid on it. Well, oh wait, I can't braid on their turn. I don't think I'm supposed to go for the Blood Braid. Maybe I'm supposed to? I don't think so. I think they have a path or something stupid in their hand. Aether Gust. I don't really want the ooze. I'm gonna put it on the bottom. I don't want it. A Mystic Sanctuary? Sure. I'm gonna wait till I draw step. Or not. I have no clue what they have in their hand. So they have, well, they have Gust, Sword. Do they have a Typhoon? Typhoon would be really good here. I'm gonna shuffle it away. They don't know that, but this makes them want a Field of Runes. They're Snap Gusting. I will put it on the bottom. This Teferi is annoying. 2-0, nice, congrats. We love to see it. I see you're in danger here, dude. I lost game 1. This is game 2. Are they gonna Jace Plus on us to get rid of the Clothis? Joke's on you, I got another one. They can just bounce it to Teferi though. I guess I should have fetched. Oh, that's a good draw. Let's see if they feel the need to counter this. I mean, they probably should. I was trying to bait counter spell from them. Do they have a Helix in their hand? You just saw they're at 2. Yeah, it's a very precarious situation. I'm just gonna jam Bolt. They're Jeskai? Yeah, they have like Helixes and Bolts. It's super obnoxious to deal with. Right. We got there. Very carefully. The elf getting the bread. It's just a good old 4-mana 3/2 haster. Easy clap. I always want to cut all the Arbor Elves because they're so bad against the bolts. Yeah, they have like multiple bolts and multiple helixes. And I don't think they're running 4 path. I think they're only running 3. Like that's my intuition. Because there's no way they can run like 4 path and multiple helixes and multiple bolts. Don't you want Blood Moon here? They're still fetching a lot of basics. But maybe I want Blood Moon instead of Arbor Elf. I don't like Glorybringer that much in the matchup against these path decks. But they're not really like. Maybe I should be Blood Mooning. They did show Aether Gust, which makes Blood Moon a lot worse. Why is Finks not in? I've never been bringing in Finks in this matchup. I guess like Jeskai is different, but like they still have Path as their main removal. My understanding at least. But I think because Arborel's bad, bringing in Finks makes sense, right? I'm not used to playing against Jeskai. Because normally it's blue-white. Against blue-white I don't bring in Finks. It's also not very good against Feast and Famine. But this like turns us into true mid-range. I mean, it's either we're Finksing or we're Blood Mooning. I think cutting all of the Arborels I think is smart. I don't know if cheesing them with Blood Moon makes sense. Because I don't think it's going to work out very well. I'm going to try this. I don't really know. I don't know how to board. I don't think it's worth. They fetched a basic. In game 1 they got the points very aggressively, but maybe they're just not expecting. We're gonna draw. I think I just keep this. As the answer for Stoneforge and kill an artifact, I have a 2-mana threat. If I just draw lands, I'm like happy. I don't think it's worth mulliganing. I think mulliganing against this version is a lot worse than others. Like against blue-white I would mulligan this, but we would also have Arborels in our deck and in our opener. Because we wouldn't have a Braid. I don't bring in a Braid against blue-white. But I just think Arborel's so bad against the Jeskai. Obviously Blood Moon looks great now because this is their mana, but there's no way to expect that to happen. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm gonna do this so I can cast Bloodbraid next turn. Yeah, wrecking Mystic Sanctuary is important, too. I don't know. I think it's really close. Whoa, they missed their land drop. I'm just gonna elf here. The most mana efficient thing to do. And also, if they're planning to like Mana Leak or Aether Gust or try to 1-for-1, I would rather be playing Bloodbraid Elf than trying to get them with Pillage. They also probably have Force of Negation in their hand. I don't think they would Force of Negation to turn 2 Utopia Sprawl. Turn 1 they would, but turn 2 I don't think they would. Alright. Something's probably gonna get bolted. They probably just have like infinite bolts in their hand. Okay. I think I just slammed down another Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah. I like it. Our opponent's not hitting their land drops, which is very helpful. I wouldn't say I feel bad, like, The games 1 and 2 were very good games, but this game they're just not drawing lands. I mean, they can come back because they have a lot of mana efficient removal. Snapcaster. They cannot flashback bolt. What? BBB, PPE. Eat the elf from the yard. I want to deal the extra damage now. The odds of them having double snap in their opener is like probably not high. I guess their snaps get a lot better because of bolts in their deck though, so they might have like 2 to 3 snaps. Oh, they just had a natural bolt anyways. I think I'm supposed to ooze, and I mean they might counter it because they can't bolt the ooze. Like I think they're sitting on like Aether Gust or something. They can't bolt this thing. And if I force a path on their turn, I think I'm happy. I guess they could just gust it now. I'm gonna get rid of the bolt from their yard. I'm gonna put it on top. Cause I think they're gonna try and counter it on the way down. Like I'm trying to bait them to kill this ooze. Okay, so I slam pillage now. Yeah, cause I think they're trying to feel a ruin this turn to fix their mana. I'll gladly draw pillage again. And they would have to have the 3rd bolt here. I guess that means I was supposed to pillage the previous turn. I was like not thinking through things very well today. But if they want to spend their turn, I guess they would have to they could feel the ruin and get a basic mountain or / basic plains. If they drew a 4th land, it's really good for them. Alright, opponent. I feel like they have a cryptic. But if they cryptic and like counterbounce this, and then I make this a 4/4, then they're going down to 6, while we have a bolt in their hand. Like I think that's pretty far in our favor. They shock themselves. It's a dangerous game they're playing. They must have a lightning helix in their hand. Yeah, they're counterbouncing the Clothis. I don't know if I hit the right thing. Yeah, I think they have to have a helix in their hand for that to make sense. But helix doesn't kill ooze, they would just be using it to gain 3. Like they're under some massive pressure here. if they don't have a white land for path, they're dead. Is it Glorybringer? Alright. They got really mana screwed and it worked out for us. That was close. Yeah, I did mess up the first time I played the Ooze. I should have also pillaged that turn too. I'm not sure why I didn't. I should have just put as much pressure on their mana as possible. But it wound up working out in the end. They missed a lot of land drops, so the main reason it worked out. But then again, if they had lands, they wouldn't have had as many spells, so who knows how things would have actually played out. Yeah, I'll take the W. Alright, we play against Stoneblade decks the first 2 rounds. We're on to play from round 3. His hand's pretty gassed. He's gonna keep like any hand with turn 2 Colossus. The card is pretty good. Play against E-Tron. Alright. Let's get this Colossus down. It's gonna help us generate some extra mana to be able to play out our hand easier. It's gonna help a lot. Do they have the legendary turn 2 Thought Knot? I'm playing against the Eldrazi Taxes deck? Question mark, I guess. I don't think I'm playing the Arbor Elf anymore. I think I'm gonna discard it and this extra Pyromancer. And hopefully we draw a second land. Alright, well that's a shame. I was hoping that in 2 draw sets we could draw a land. Because I didn't want to play an Arbor Elf, I want to go like land tome there. But, you know, not drawing lands I guess is a thing too. Blade Splicer? I don't care about that at all. Well, if I Blood Moon, they can't displace her, which is really nice. Where's an Arbor Elf? If I play Arbor Elf and Pillage, my Colossus activates though. Do I want that? Because they have Path in their deck. It's probably fine. Yeah, that's fine. Them not being able to activate Displacer or play Thought Knots or Reality Smashers is a really big deal. Yeah, I figured that Path. It's not that big of a deal though. I mean, they can't cast anything else this turn. I'm gonna kill their only white source. I could play the Ooze. I think playing Ooze makes more sense than playing the Tome. Because I want to use a Tome. Actually, no. I want to Tome and draw cards, and ideally we want to draw another Colossus. They can't really attack with, or draw a Bolt or something. I'm I'm just gonna take it. We're gonna gain 4 eventually. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother scrying. How do I want to do this? I'll draw a card like this. That was a good draw. That was a very good draw. Back to them being unable to do anything. The reason I tapped like that was because I want to eat, I was planning to eat 1 creature with ooze, but not 2. Alright, we just got there off of Blood Moon them out. Well, specifically Blood Moon plus Pillage. So that worked out pretty well. Definitely want a Braid, that's for sure. Kills Displacer, it kills equipment stuff. How many artifacts do they have in their deck? They have vials, they have equipment, they have... It can kill the 3/3 golem. I'm not sure on this one. I also like Anger. I don't like Ooze against Displacer. I like Anger though. I think Thrun is good. Most of their creatures are 3/3s. So having a 4/4 is nice. Also, like, even against Thought-Knot Seer, it just regenerates. I'm not really sure how to sideboard. Because, like, my intuition was that Blood Moon wasn't good, but I think taking them off of Displacer mana is actually just too good. But do I want to be spending 3 mana to do that compared to... I think I'm killing their Displacer way more often now. I think Pillage is... Actually, Pillage is probably not good. Like, it kills the artifacts, but... I don't know, I think we're a better mid-range deck than they are. Especially post-war when we get these angers and stuff. I think I want to shave... No, I don't want to shave Pyromancer. I think Pyromancer is really good here. Not really good. It's not like exceptional. It's not bad though. Do I want the 3rd ooze? I think I'd rather have the first Sphinx. I'm not excited about Sphinx, but I don't think it's bad. I could have like the Miser's Blood Moon. I could have like just 2 Blood Moon. I'll just have the Miser's one. I think if I draw 1 it's fine, but if I draw multiple I lose. I don't know if Blood Moon's actually going to keep in, but screw it. There's a chance that we just play on turn 2 and they lose. They rolled a 6, I'm definitely keeping this. Rolled a 5. 4? Game's probably over. I don't think they can really win on a Mold 4. Oh, they're playing green-white? very intrigued. I should probably fetch now so that I don't get Leon and Arbiter. That would feel really bad. Just not playing like a moron is probably the correct move. Core Firewalker, okay. They're not applying enough pressure for me to care right now. I'm gonna get Basic Man. Plays Ooze and Pass. I'm gonna draw a card with Tome in a turn, unless there's something we have to bolt, which I don't think there will be. I wonder what the green is for. As like Noble Hierarch, probably Ancient Stirrings too. Playing Basic Forest in your Core Firewalker deck with a bunch of colorless lands is a little risky though. Knight of Autumn? I guess they kill Tome and Sprawl? Was not really expecting that. I'm just gonna jam Glorybringer. I think they have a path, but I mean they only have 2 cards in hand. What are the odds they have path? Probably not that high. I'm gonna go ahead and get this value off. They have a Thought-Knot Seer. Knight of Autumn, sure. Knight of Autumns aren't really doing much. They're offering to trade. I don't think I take it. Well, I probably just should. Yeah, I'll just take the trade. I have more uses in my deck that I can draw. Thought-Knot. I get Anger plus Bolt or Double Bolt. Or I can just pass, to be honest. I think there's no reason for me to pass though. I think it's too risky. I don't think there's a reason for me to take risk here. Use is nice. If they have another Thought-Knot, I want them to play it here, so I'm just gonna... I think they would have also done on our draw step anyways. So I guess that's not true. Let's go ahead and eat some stuff. I'm gonna fetch. Just going through motions at this point. Oh, I have a creature in my yard. Oops. In case they have some form of life gain, I'm not going to bolt immediately. Alright, that was a pretty fast match. I mean, game 1 was just... I got the Blood Moon plus Pillage, and our draw was good in general outside of that. And then game 2 they mulled a 4. But, you know, I'll take it. I'll take the 2-1. Alright, we're on to play for round 4. And Santa's turn 2 Blood Moon, so gonna keep. Also has a Bull, which is nice removal. Hopefully we play against a deck with that Blood Moon stomps. Hopefully it's not Burn. Could be Jund. I kind of expect it to be Jund based on this. The deck doesn't play any double green spells in the main deck, so it doesn't matter that we only have one forest. It could be playing as goblins. Well, I think they would have gotten a basic swamp if we were playing as goblins. The basic swamp's important. We're playing against a deck that plays Bloodstained Mire that doesn't care about basic swamp. Okay, so we're playing against... But they chose not to gut shot the Arbor Elf? I'm really confused. But they chose to Lightning Bolt the Arbor Elf. Interesting. Interesting sequence of events. They wanted to land to stage. Yeah, so like they kept a one-lander is what that tells me. But they have like no other bolt effects in their hand or lava darts or anything. So we're playing against blue-red, which we've been given a lot of time. Clothis would be the nut. I guess. It doesn't really do anything. Like Pillage would have been way more useful, but actually literally any other spell would have been better. Except for Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't think I would want Seasoned Pyro. The Swift Spear. I mean, hopefully they don't have Stormwing Entity. That would be pretty good for us. Because they blew through 2 Manamorphose. Well, they're gonna get some information out of us. The fact we had double bolt, big deal. Wait, did they choose to exile all the Arbor Elves? Thanks. It just made my top decks way better. They had to cast a full-blown life to stage, that's unfortunate. I think if we draw a land here, the game is over. Quite literally. this. Land would have been better, but Clothis is... I cannot Clothis and exile land because there's no lands in the yard. I would assume they don't have another Swiss Spear because I think they would have cast it last turn. So... I don't really know how we lose. I guess I could have Sprite Dragon here into some nonsense. But I'm not really like... Touche, opponent. I probably could have made black mana off of that Manamorphose to save them a life. Like going to 8 life is a little sketch here. Alright, let's see if their draw through is good. Oh, they discard a land. That's a huge... That's huge for us that they discard that Islet. And now our Glorybringer... Now we can cast Glorybringer even if we don't draw a land. Yeah, I mean, they can't gut shot, they'll die. Well, they're dead anyways. Alright. I will take it. I will definitely take a game 1 like that. I'm not really sure. Like, their hand seems to develop really, really awkwardly, and that's what let us win. The Surgical's main are really annoying. It's better that they have Surgical than Mutagenic growth, though. Bring in all the removal. All the gain life spells. The land destruction stuff does nothing. And I've been taking out a Season Pyro because it's not very good against Lava Dart. And it's kind of awkward in multiples. If you draw it in multiples, you don't get the optionality. You just like have to cast it every time. I'm not like super big on Thrawn. Like it's not bad, but I think I'd rather be spending my mana on other things. And I like Triple Tome. If you play it on turn 2, it's pretty nice. Even on turn 3. Like you kind of want the game to go late. And it's nice for that. Gaining 4 life is no joke while scrying into removal. Matchup's very rough on a draw. Still very winnable, but it's rough. This hand's very good. Definitely keeping. Yes, we'll keep. That live stage sucked. I'm glad that they played a gut shot like that though, because now now, if they play a Stormwing Entity on turn 2, I feel pretty good about Lightning Bolt being good enough to kill it. Whereas normally that's like not the case. Normally it's pretty sketch. Alright, is it worth shocking myself to get the Sprawl in play, or do I just stomp pass? I guess they have to have another threat in hand, so it guarantees that the following turn I can bolt plus whatever. Yeah. Boo boo. Okay. I think guaranteeing that so that my next turn I can bolt plus play any 3-drop is nice. They do not have a land. Doesn't look like it. They do. They're gonna play it tapped? Play it untapped, okay. Before doing anything, I'm just gonna try and bolt here. It went through, sick. I think my best shot is to cloth this. I guess the life gain going the fastest, and I can use it for extra mana to play out my whole hand next turn. We're in a really good spot here. Our opponent's turn 1 gut shot light up the stage play is not turning out very well for them. I mean, if they have a Stormwing here, it could get rough in theory. The thing is, next turn I'm gonna get to start swinging in with this Clothis. So I'm not really sure how rough it can get. They bottom topped and they're passing here. Honestly, a land would be just the nut. Yeah. It's pretty good for us. This is a lot of pressure. Get this draw 2 off. We're gonna attack for 4. Unless they bolt this thing, the Pyromancer. But if they're using a bolt that way, I think that's far in our favor. Yeah, this is great for us. Unless they have Sprite Dragon into a bunch of other nonsense this turn. Yeah, like taking just 3 is pretty fine. They might have Aether Gust. It doesn't look like it. gonna start naming green for these. In case we draw an ooze. I don't think I stomped them. I think I cast it. Well, if I stomp them, they have to kill Bloodbraid Elf and the Sphinx. Never mind, I'm stomping them. Like if they have to use both Bolt and Lava Dart here, I'm pretty fine with that. Whereas otherwise, if I don't stomp, then they only have to bolt the Bloodbraid Elf, and then they can try and kill us next turn. And if they only have 2 lands in play and only 1 card in hand, I feel pretty good about the spot. Do I even care about drawing Clothis? How much mana do I have? 3, 6, 8 mana? I don't even think I care about drawing Clothis again. I think I just put them to 3 here, and then next turn I'm casting Double Giant. And if I put it on the bottom, I can try to Mise into something better anyways. Like a Bolt or a Bloodbraid Elf or a Glorybringer. I think that's better. But it's like a guaranteed win over 2 turns. Never mind, I'll just keep it. We might just wind up casting double Bone Crusher Giant next turn anyways. I feel like the Sphinx is dead. I mean, I'm gonna attack before I do anything. I kind of think I'm supposed to double Giant. I don't know. I don't know what's right here. 3-1, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nine. You like double Giant? I think it depends on what they do here. I guess I should like it either way. They can't answer the Giants ever, right? In what situation is cloth is better? If they have like light up the stage into double 1-drop? No, that doesn't work. Right? Unless they... Yeah. I should have put Clothis on the bottom. Hopefully I don't get punished for having this Clothis. Double bolt kills? No wait, double bolt does not kill me. I would live at 1. Dart and bolt do the same amount of damage here. They'd have to Manamorphose into double bolt. Alright. I will take it. Wow, if I made the play I was going to, which was bottom Clothis, I would have gotten super rewarded. But I did not big brain it ahead enough in time. I should have just trusted my gut and bottomed it. But whatever, it doesn't matter. We got there anyways. Gave them outs, but marginal. Note to self-trust gut. But yeah, 3-1. I'll take it.